Ever wondered how your bad habits might be impacting your life in ways you don't even realize? Let's dive into it. Bad habits, we all have them, and they're not just those little quirks we laugh off. They can be insidious, creeping into every aspect of our lives, from our personal relationships to our professional performance, even our overall well-being. Consider procrastination, that sneaky thief of time. It's more than just delaying tasks. Procrastination is a barrier, an invisible wall that keeps us from achieving our fullest potential. It's a quiet whisper telling us, we can always do it tomorrow, but tomorrow becomes the next day, then the next, until we're left with a pile of unfulfilled promises to ourselves. Then there's unhealthy eating, a bad habit that's as much about the mind as it is about the body. It's not just about the extra calories, but the message we send to ourselves when we choose junk over nourishment. It's a signal that we're not prioritizing our health, our longevity, our vitality. And let's not forget the lack of exercise. It's not just about missing out on the physical benefits like increased strength and endurance. It's also about the mental and emotional perks that come from regular physical activity. When we neglect exercise, we're essentially sidelining our own happiness, our own mental clarity. These bad habits and countless others have a profound impact on our lives. They limit our potential, hinder our growth, and steal our joy. They affect the quality of our relationships, our performance at work, and the richness of our lives. But here's the good news. We're not powerless. We're not victims of our own bad habits. We have the ability to change, to grow, to break free from these self-imposed chains. Now, understanding the impact of our bad habits is the first step towards breaking them. But how exactly can we do that? Stay tuned as we navigate the path to a healthier, happier, habit-free life. What if I told you that the key to breaking a bad habit lies in understanding its trigger? Yes, you heard it right. Triggers, my friends, are the little sparks that ignite the fire of a bad habit, and recognizing them is your first step toward extinguishing that blaze. So, what exactly is a trigger? In the realm of habits, a trigger is a cue that initiates a particular behavior. It's like the green light at a traffic signal telling you to go. Triggers can be external, like seeing a box of donuts in the office pantry when you're trying to eat healthier, or internal, like feeling stressed and reaching for a cigarette to calm your nerves. These triggers set off a cycle, a loop if you will, that goes something like this. Trigger, behavior, reward. You see the donuts? Trigger. You eat one, or two, we're not judging here, and you feel satisfied, reward. Or you feel stressed, trigger. You smoke a cigarette, behavior, and you feel relaxed, reward. This cycle reinforces the habit, making it harder to break each time it repeats. But there's good news. By identifying these triggers, we can start to break the cycle. For example, if stress is your trigger for smoking, you can develop strategies to manage stress in healthier ways, like going for a walk or practicing mindfulness. If seeing donuts tempts you to abandon your healthy eating plan, you can choose to avoid the office pantry or bring your own healthy snacks to curb your cravings. Remember, triggers are not one-size-fits-all. They can be as unique as we are, so it's crucial to take some time to reflect on what specifically sets off your bad habits. Is it boredom? Is it certain environments or people? Is it specific times of the day? Identifying your unique triggers is like uncovering a treasure map. It doesn't necessarily make the journey easy, but it certainly gives you a clearer path to follow. Once we've identified our triggers, it's time to take action. Breaking a bad habit doesn't mean eliminating it completely, it means replacing it with something better. Now, that might sound like a neat trick, but it's actually a powerful strategy. You see, our brains are wired for patterns, and when we try to remove a habit, our brains will seek to fill that void. So why not make it easy for our minds and fill that space with something positive? Let's imagine your habit is scrolling through social media late at night. Rather than just trying to stop, which could leave you feeling restless, replace it with a calming activity like reading a book or listening to a soothing podcast. This way, you're not just eliminating a habit, you're creating a new, healthier routine. Or perhaps you're a habitual nail biter. Instead of just trying to stop cold turkey, you could replace the habit with something less harmful and maybe even beneficial. For instance, you could carry around a stress ball or a fidget spinner to keep your hands busy when you feel the urge to bite. The beauty of this approach is that it makes the transition easier and more sustainable. You're not fighting against your brain's natural tendencies, you're working with them. And as you start to enjoy the benefits of your new habits, you'll find that the old ones lose their appeal. It's like trading in an old, beat-up car for a shiny new one. Sure, you might miss the old one for a bit, but once you experience the smooth ride of the new one, you won't want to go back. But let's be clear, replacing a bad habit with a good one is not a magic bullet. It requires commitment, patience, and persistence. It's a bit like planting a tree. At first, the changes might seem small and insignificant, but over time, with consistent care and attention, that tiny sapling can grow into a mighty oak. So start small, focus on one habit at a time, be patient with yourself, and remember, consistency is key in this process. Ever heard the saying, 2 heads are better than one? It's an old adage, but it holds some truth, especially when it comes to breaking bad habits. You see, one of the most powerful tools at your disposal is accountability. Accountability is like a mirror that reflects our actions back to us. It nudges us when we're veering off course and cheers us on when we're making progress. It's a quiet but persistent companion on the journey to better habits. Now, you might be wondering, where do I find this so-called accountability? Well, it starts with finding an accountability partner. This could be a friend, a family member, a mentor, a coach, someone you trust and respect. Your accountability partner is like a lighthouse in the stormy sea of change. They help you navigate the rocky shores of temptation and guide you back on course when you drift. They're there to celebrate your victories, however small, and to provide a listening ear when the going gets tough. But remember, accountability is a two-way street. It's not just about taking, it's also about giving. So, as much as you lean on your accountability partner for support, make sure to offer them the same in return. Sharing your progress with someone else can be incredibly motivating. It makes your goals feel more tangible, more real. It's no longer just an idea in your head, but something you're actively working towards. And each time you share a small victory, you're reinforcing your commitment to change. So find someone you can share this journey with. Someone who will cheer you on, who will listen without judgment, and who will remind you of why you started when you feel like giving up. Accountability might just be the secret ingredient you need to break free from your bad habits. It's a powerful force, one that can transform your everyday actions into a path towards a healthier, happier you. With the right support, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. So let's quickly recap what we've begun to grasp today. We started our journey by acknowledging the profound impact bad habits can have on our lives. These habits, be they excessive junk food consumption or spending far too much time scrolling on our phones, can subtly yet significantly degrade our quality of life. They can lead to health issues, stress, and even impact our relationships. The first step to change is always awareness, and understanding this impact is that crucial first stride. Next, we ventured into understanding the triggers of our bad habits. Just as a detective would search for clues to solve a mystery, we need to identify what prompts these habits. It could be emotions, certain people, or even specific times of the day. By recognizing these triggers, we equip ourselves with the knowledge to anticipate and counteract our habits. Then we explored the concept of substitution. Instead of trying to completely eradicate a bad habit, which can often feel like an uphill battle, we can simply replace it with a healthier alternative. Craving for that bag of chips? How about munching on some carrots instead? Feel the need to check social media? Why not read a book or go for a walk? Substitution not only helps in breaking the cycle of bad habits, but also fosters the growth of beneficial ones. And lastly, we discussed the power of accountability. Having a friend, family member, or a mentor to check in on your progress can be a powerful motivator. This accountability partner can provide you with the much-needed encouragement and support on your journey towards change. Breaking a bad habit might not be easy, but with the right tools and mindset, it's definitely possible. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey towards a better you today.